How well do you manage disappointments? Hey, everybody, welcome to Anita's Wednesday Wisdom Highlights. Last week I talked about doing the right thing even when it's hard. Well, it's funny how when we talk about something and we're trying to, teach a principle or encourage people in a certain principle or something, then God gives you an opportunity to experience it. I had a huge disappointment happen this weekend that it was an opportunity that I was looking forward to, even worked hard towards it, and had been waiting for it for several weeks, and even declined some other opportunities because I wanted to be available for this opportunity. And then the opportunity came and I couldn't accept because of a prior commitment. And it was heartbreaking because it was something that I was really looking forward to. And even in my disappointment, I knew that it was the right thing to do to be committed to the first, commitment, the prior commitment. And I even tried to work it out. I tried to finagle some stuff to see if I could get my schedule, changed around, but it just wasn't going to work. And so obviously I had to just come to the place where I said, it just wasn't meant for me to have this opportunity right now. It just wasn't God's will because I tried hard to make it work and it didn't. But I was still disappointed. You know what I mean? I was still disappointed that why couldn't I do both? Why couldn't I have done the thing I priorly committed and then go do the other opportunity? Why did it have to come both at the same time? And even though I've told myself, it just wasn't meant to be, it wasn't God's will, whatever, I kept struggling with the disappointment and I wasn't really sure why. And then today in my reflection time, I realized the reason why I was still struggling so much with it was because I was asking the question, why? Why didn't this happen differently? Why did it come at the same time I had a prior commitment? Why couldn't this happen? Why couldn't that happen? Why couldn't it have gone this way? Why couldn't I have both? And I just had to stop with the why because, sometimes why is an unanswerable question. I may never know the answer why. There might be an answer, but I may not ever know what that answer is this side of heaven. So I had to remind myself of something that I talk about in the Personal Growth Power Hour that is in the Personal Growth book that we study, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And, in the throes of the disappointment, I had kind of forgotten to practice what I preach, to take my own advice, take a dose of my own medicine and say, wait a minute, why are you asking why? Ask what? We've studied that book and I've told others to do it so many times. And here I was forgetting to do it myself. That's what I had to do. I had to change my mindset from asking why did it go this way? Why didn't it go the other way? Why didn't this work out? Instead, I had to say, what? What's the lesson here, God? What was it you wanted me to learn? What do I do now that it didn't work out? What do I do going forward? What's my purpose and plan in all this? What do you have for me? And to learn trust. It's so funny, the last couple of days, every single thing I've read as far as like a daily devotional or I read my Bible, and it's all about trust. Trust God. He's got it. Even though the opportunity didn't go the way I wanted it to, God has good things in store for me. I have to still remember that. And sometimes I forget to tell myself that. So just wanted to remind you today, if you're disappointed with the way things are going or things aren't going the way you want them to, or something didn't work out the way you wanted it to, just keep saying what instead of why. Ask God, what do you want me to learn? What's my next step? What should I do now? And how can I trust you? How can I trust you more? Because it's all about knowing that God has good things for us. He's got our best interest at heart. And we don't suffer disappointments just because he's mad at us or we did something wrong or because we don't deserve it. Sometimes things just happen. But there's always something to learn. And I have to focus on what's the lesson and what's good, still good about my situation, even though it didn't go the way I wanted it to. There's still good here. And I need to keep my focus there. That's it for today. Come on and join us in the Personal Growth Power Hour. Next Tuesday is the next meeting, and we'd love to have you. Bye now.